There's a constant reminder, though, when you come here of the past success, because you look around and you see the years, and the last, of course, the Premier League title was 2004. What we decided to do was plot the course of these two clubs from 2004 just to see how their paths have changed in their time. Let's show you this graphic pitting Arsenal against Spurs. So there, great start for Arsenal. And way ahead of Spurs, and then you see that gap getting closer before Spurs get in front. And you can see since 2015-16, Spurs have been in front, but there is a drop-off from both teams, which we talked about right at the start, being a bit of a worry for both. Graeme, are they in danger, both of these sides, of being left behind in such a competitive Premier League?
Yeah, when you look at, the four, the big teams, when you look at both the Manchester teams, Liverpool, Chelsea. I mean, they're so. I think three of them are so far ahead of the rest so far. We're talking right now. Right now, they're so far ahead of the rest. I think Man United they'll flirt with success this year, but I think when it comes down to May time, April time, it'll only be the three left in the fight. And I think for everyone else, it's going to be a long, hard road to catch them up, because when you look at the kind of investment that both Man City have and Chelsea have, Man United have, and Liverpool would appear to be in great shape. Not just the 11 or the squad we see, but one's coming through. So I think it's going to be a long way back for the two North London teams looking at them. And for me, the direction they're going in, I come back to it. Was there a meeting 6 months ago and 9 months ago with Arteta to say the way we're going to take this club forward is we're going to buy young players that eventually will be top players at our club? Well, first, there's no guarantee on that. And I'm not sure how much time that buys the manager. Me as the manager, in Arteta's shoes at that moment, I say no, can't do that. We've got to give the supporters something right now, because confidence plays such an enormous part in playing football. These young kids, if they're getting beat up most weeks and the criticism is enormous, some of them might never ever recover from it. It's all right, the future. I think the people that are making football decisions here have got it wrong. I think they're going down the wrong road. And if I had been the manager of this football club when that meeting took place, I would say we just cannot go there, because it's all right you saying we'll stick with you. But see, when the supporters here no longer look at the pitch and turn around and aim abuse at the director's box, they will quickly make a change in the manager. That's the history of football. That's not a new thing. That's always been the history. And there's young people making big football decisions, I think, are getting them wrong.
Well, I think it is a direct policy. I think we can read that much into it from the leaked email that came out from the chief executive after the transfer window closed. We've seen everyone that they've signed is 23 or under, and maybe part of that was we're going to give Mikel time to get this right. The one thing he did say about in that email was that we can't compete financially with the biggest clubs. They have to do it a different way. They have to invest in young players, young talent that's going to get there gradually. Do you see that, Tony?
Haven't they spent the most money in this window, or the two windows?
Yes.
140 million or something ridiculous like that. So I question that they are being given the money. There's two ways you recruit and you bring players into the club. You do it for your academy, which we've got two kids that's come through, which is incredible. Or you buy them in. We had the class of '83. Man United had the class of '92. We had 6 internationals in our youth team, and '89 and '91 was because of that, the progression of the young players. And then in '96, when Daniel Fisman came into the club and gave us 50 million, we were able to recruit. But then the recruitment's got to be good. It's got to be right. And you always replace the players. If you've got a squad of players that are good. Hold on, I'll give you an example. Rob Holding, arguably his best season last year. Come to 27. The average age of a central defender in this league is 27. He's come experience. He's got good. You've brought in Ben White. Arguably, is he as good or is he better? I don't see an improvement there for $50 million. That's not good for recruitment for me. Martinez, letting him go out the door and bringing in Ramsdale for 35. Recruitment. It's got to be handled correctly.
Just making the decisions there.
It's just been the sports director.
Well, the Edu's there, Mikel Arteta.
No,
has he ever done the job before?
No.
You got the owner's son here. He's cutting his teeth in you know, a football club that means so much to so many people. Is he learning on a job? Will he be making mistakes for 5 years and eventually maybe the penny will drop?
We happen to have masses of time we'll have more time at the end of the game to get into Arsenal, depending on what happens today. But I want to bring the Spurs perspective here as well. Listening to that conversation, Ledley, is it the same story for Spurs? Is it about getting recruitment right? Is it about time and being patient?
I mean, patience is a word that you know most football fans don't want to hear. But I do think these clubs do need time and patience. You know, they're not there to be competing at the top four at the moment unless they have an amazing season. And you know, one of the top four teams at the moment has a disappointing season. So both teams need time at the moment. They're building on something. As I say, Nuno's just come in. He's going to need time. He's going to need to get his obviously his ways across. He's going to want to have the players that he wants. So we do need time. It's just the way it is. But at the same time, we want to see a progression in terms of the style of football that we're playing. You know, playing on the front foot, scoring goals, and you know, and winning a trophy. You know, why not win a trophy? FA Cup, League Cup, you know, Europa Conference. It's a competition that we need to win. You know, we need to win trophies at the club while still trying to compete and play the right way.